Alrighty, here I am. I'm gonna be reacting to this new yeule album, Evangelical Girl Is a Gun. I'm pretty excited for this. Really liked yeule's last album, Soft Scars. That was definitely up there for one of my favorites of the year. This, really alt poppy slash grunge project. I first introduction to them was Glitch Princess, which I really liked, and that was me doing a reaction on this channel. And I remember, I think it was in 2023 when I checked out, what's that album? The Serotonin 2, which I really need to go back to because I listened to that 2 or so times, but I did really like it then. Not sure what to think about this. There's a few singles, didn't listen to them. I just want to jump in. Let's go. I like that. I mess with that.
Don't go on your phone, just pretend to be dead. You can't touch, but you can look. Bet you hate girls with guitars. She is picture perfect porcelain, got too fast. They sewed my face and said, you are loved for what you are. I star. She is picture perfect porcelain, got too fast.
I love these songs too. They seem so like 90s coded when it comes to the alt rock. Like, this is like a smooth sound the way this is made, but I like Placebo is a band that kind of comes to mind for me, to be honest. I don't know, like it feels like that era of music. Anyways, let's get into this lyrically. Don't go on your phone, just pretend to be dead. They said everyone loves you, yeah, them, but not the feds. So get into this lyrically later too. It seems like it's someone who is a celebrity, and it's like you can't say don't be attached to the online world, just don't exist. And you're being told that everyone loves you. And it's like, sure, you do have a lot of love, but sometimes that love just does not outweigh the feeling of the dread of the hate that can be on there. You can't touch, but you can look. Bet you hate girls with guitars. I'll drink blood and chew on bones, and I will finally be a star. So yeah, saying like, I don't know, as a sex object, this power that I have, this girl with a guitar, and then this imagery, I'll drink blood and chew on bones, and I will finally be a star. So I don't know, I could read this two ways. Like, you have to go through real trials and tribulations to get to this star place, or you're saying that who you are as a person, you have to sort of be in this outlandish position to become a star. She's picture perfect porcelain, gone too fast again. I don't know. They sold my face and said you're a love for what you are. They said do what you want, but they watch you from afar. Okay, interesting, right? So as in the star power, you're being told like, yeah, they love you, like go out, go do it, what you need to do, but then they're always watching. There's kind of silently in control. Did you see the video where I live streamed my car, drink blood and chew on bones, and I was finally a star? Interesting. Okay, cool.
Inside my head. inside my head. Writing crystal diamond shining, flying, finding. Oh, you're crying, drama, shaking, shining, darling. Oh, she echoes in my vacancy makes me answer tragic. All this time always I find she's writing crystal diamond shining, flying marble, castle crumble, diamond tiara crushed into my heaven, crashes down for you. She echoes in my, she
Nice. Yeah, I really like that song. One thing I have to say from listening to this, like you'll, I guess in the alternative music sphere, this song here, it kind of gives off like a radio feel. And I mean that in a good way. I like the song, and I think it could be brought to a more mainstream audience. Nice poppy song, good hook, for sure. It's saying that the song is obsession, love, and a voice echoing in Yule's head. She's living. So this person's living in your head, sorry. Breathing, unreal being who lives inside my head. Breathing, unreal being who lives on my head. Always I find she's rotten crystal diamond. She'll go insane with all the fame. She looks at me with eyes so full of pain. I drove her to the edge and watched the sky turn gray. And when she cries, it rains and rains. I don't know, this, like you in your head, seeing what's going on in your life. Maybe, or like with your trauma of what's happened in your life, or like being in the position you are, you've like sort of become two people. I don't know. And then she echoes in your, okay, makes me so mental. Okay, interesting. So I don't know if this has something to do with your position as a musician or being a public figure and sort of the mental turmoil that sort of has occurred with this.
listen to the voices, spit out all the grime. And my mama's address, just tell me. Then I sold the gate of vows to stay till late July. He told me meet on Sunday. So I don't have to fight. Happiest diamond tears from the makeup that he cried. He told me meet on Sunday and take the northern line. I wish they didn't drive bored.
I honestly wasn't overly biggest fan of this song. Didn't really like the singing. Not much to really hook onto. Lyrically, or thematically, it is an interesting song. Just sort of about, I guess, it's dedicated to our late best friend, and it's about a bill in Singapore that was passed in 1967 about people having to do like military service, which is, there is certain places that do that. I think like South Korea has that, and Israel has that as well. Yeah, I disagree with it. I think most people disagree with it. I don't really know what the rules are on if you have to be drafted or not, in the sense of like if you are capable. Because I can imagine if it was just, oh, you're 18, you're shipped off, there could be some fucking problems for sure. But yeah, not the biggest.
I was a real rabbit before I was me.
I'm generally just, it's alright, you know, I'm not minding it. We're halfway through this album now. I will say this has not really come close to the impact that Soft Scars had on me, and I think maybe Glitch Princess as well. But we'll see what the second half has. I still think this is a relatively good album.
Screamed your name. All my pain was washed away. I chased the sun, I chased the flames. Through the fire, through the vein. Cut a line, have a cry. Overdosed from the pain. Woke up in a bed restrained. I screamed and screamed and screamed your name. Lost the mood and meant to gain. Another day, another dose. I run this race. I'm singing a song for you. And it goes
I'm still feeling like, oh man, this is not really hitting the peaks of those last few albums, but it's cute, not bad, decent hook. Don't know what it's getting onto lyrically. You're ripping someone's painting out the frame. You're mad at them there, and you're unstable, overdosed from the pain. Woke up in a bed restrained. Okay, I'll leave a trace for you. Forget my face. Okay, and I'll sing a song for you, and it goes like, interesting. Okay, so maybe it's just like, there's like some self-awareness about the idea of, oh, I'm writing these hooks, but they have this certain connection and relation to this person.
Walked to bury something that you said last night. Dip my mouth shut with your pretty eyes. And everything you hate, I hate too. I want you to know I side with you. What the fuck? What the fuck? Not gonna lie, it still makes me cry. I still have your smell up in my hair.
Okay, one of the better songs on here, I'd say. Again, very chilled out tracks on here. Nothing too crazy happening in these. Lyrically, pretty good song. It seems like it's sort of about a fight and a relationship. And you know, you're dealing with that emotional turmoil of it and sort of suggesting, Kitty, stop playing with the paper. What are you doing? Alright. Basically saying, you know, I'm on your side, like I'm here with you, like nothing has changed, like why are you doing this? Don't you know that like I love you? It's pretty decent little narrative.
Got tears red in my eyes, can't find the words to tell you how. Took some pills, bulletproof scream. Psycho, boy, psycho, boy, fantasy, supernatural. Was it a dream when you painted me in the color of the machine? Tear me up into a million parts. Don't forget my heart. He's smiling back at me. And baby, won't you tell me when to stop?
I don't know how much I really like this song either. Not really, not too much strong with this one, sound wise and even vocally. Yeah, lyrically, I guess Saiko is spelt this way, but it's talking about being a psycho. Blood in the sink, got carried away in the bath, think I nearly drowned, got too high, red in my eyes, couldn't find the words to tell you. I took this pills and told me I love you unlike anyone. Or told me he's smiling back with vampire teeth behind a bulletproof screen. Okay, so it's like in this relationship, you're getting too carried away doing something, I don't know, like you're just doing this because of the situation emotionally. Inflicting damage on yourself, maybe in relation because of him, and he's smiling back, like kind of leeching at you, right? Like taking from you, and you can't seem to fight back because he's behind a bulletproof screen. Okay, and he's a psycho boy. Okay, you're melancholically stuck in a fantasy. Yeah, you're getting eaten up by a boy with a sharp teeth and a black tie. Okay, so it just seems like it's sort of a song about a guy who seems to be able to sort of manipulate you, and you can't stop loving this person, and it seems like you can't really get back at this person. Okay.
Fix me up in the forest with the laces of my leather boots. He wears a bloodstained velvet suit. He tells me what I want to hear. Scream out the song, when you come and show it goes. And the legendary voices of
certainly stands out on the album. A little bit more aggressive, really working on this industrial nature. And then we get this really like clubby sort of element, really intense at the end. Not a bad song. I think this one definitely one of the better ones on here. Now we have one more track. This is a very quick album to get into. I would say there's not much to chew on it as well compared to these last few albums.
with you as you watch the sun outside. Away, a man from the door.
There's the last song. That's like a quick 2-minute song for this to like end out on, and kind of just this like really grungy track. It's interesting that this was kind of chosen as the last song. It doesn't feel like a song, like a closer, to be honest. But okay. What do I think about this album altogether? Honestly, I won't be lying. First listen, I am certainly like disappointed. It's not that this is a bad album, but it's just not as interesting or grabbing me as much as the last projects have. Stays pretty consistent, I'd say, throughout the album, like sound wise. Gets a little bit more alt rocky in some areas, a little bit poppier in other areas, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to be grabbing me right now. And lyrically, at least just compared to Soft Scars, because that was one that I paid attention to lyrically, this is not really as interesting, I'd say. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It can sound and be written poetic, but I'm not grabbing onto something that's like interesting to me, like thematically. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling like maybe a 7 out of 10 right now. Could go to a 6.5. Could go to a 7.5. I'm just sort of right there in the middle. Man, that's a shame. Soft Scars was a good 9. That was one of my favorites of that year. But I don't think that's going to be the case with this one. But I will come back and see if anything changes. Evangelical Girl Is a Gun, huh? I listened to this a few more times. Yeule's new project, and my opinion hasn't really changed. 7 out of 10. It's a good album, I think it's a good album. But from what I would expect from my listens of prior albums by Yeule, yeah, this is a drop down in quality. Even like Serotonin 2, an album I didn't really come back to, just because I just listened to it a few times. That was more instantaneous in this project. And when it comes to Glitch Princess, much more interesting sound wise, doing a lot more for me. And that last project, Soft Scars, was like really mind blowing to me. Like there was a lot of songs on there that I still return to this day. Right, I would say that's up there. That's potentially going to make the top 100 of the decade, I think. But this is, I don't know. Sound wise, it's got its hits. It has its standout songs, and then it has songs where just, in one out here, out the other. And lyrically, it just doesn't seem to be saying as much as that prior album, man. That prior album was pretty decent when it came to his lyrical content. Anyways, yeah, this is a disappointment. I do kind of sense like a sort of mainstream sort of entrance. Not mainstream, but at least a little bit more accessibility with this, maybe. Yeule's at a stage in their career where I think there's a possibility to move upwards. I don't know. You know what I mean? I think maybe the singles are fine here, but I still think the singles on Soft Scars would do more to reach a level of success. But anyways, there you have it. If there's anything else you want to see me react to, anything at all, you can comment down below. And thank you for watching. Peace.